Ladies and gentlemen, the beat goes on.
Turn it up.
What you're about to hear may cause your speakers to explode.
Grant's Rock Warehouse is keeping it real in the feed.
Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Don't tell me. We've been doing a lot of Hudson Brothers content because that's what I'm into. But tonight, Beyond Bold is back. We are looking at Thingfish from 1984. The Frank Zappa Series is back. We want to hear from you in the chat. Let's keep this interactive. Let's do it. Thingfish.
Piling on the power chords and pure pandemonium. Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Look at this. Look at this. God bless your hearts, people. Hey, the Contrarians went over, and you know when you're doing a good show, I just had to finish it up because we just got done doing our top 10 80s album picks, and it was such a great panel, and they were on fire. You just have to kind of feel your way through, and I knew everybody here in the warehouse would be cool with that because everybody in the warehouse is cool.
And they have nothing better to do.
And they have nothing better to do because they're all lonely men with nothing else to do.
Kathy's here, though.
Oh, Kathy's here? Let's see. Let me make sure you're not here. I did. Okay. Let me turn this on. Let me turn the comments on. Oh, Kathy, nice to see you. Did everyone see the news today that Todd Rundgren is going to? Well, Todd Rundgren tours all the time. He's got to pay for that damn house, and he sold his house in the States. He bought this damn monster house in Hawaii. Now the guy, in order to live in Hawaii, he has to tour constantly.
So he's never in Hawaii,
huh? But he's never in Hawaii because he's always touring. So, Kathy, no offense. I'm not trying to razz you, but Todd Rundgren's always out on tour.
He's house poor.
He's house poor. Look at this. West Coast Dave's here.
Wow.
Which is kind of weird.
It's going to be his favorite Zappa album, I bet.
You think it is?
I don't know.
It's an interesting one. Kyle's here. Jeremy's here. In case anybody needs to know, I probably should make an announcement. From what I know, and I really can't really mention a whole lot because it's really not my place, but for those planning on going to the Sea of Tranquility Fest here in mid-April, that is not going to happen. Due to Pete Pardo's health related situation, it's been decided to postpone that or maybe do it next year, but Pete's just not going to be up to I don't think Pete's going to be up to it. Hopefully we hear something more from Pete or his wife or more on his update. That's all I can tell you. But there's no Sea of Tranquility Fest, and I'm really bummed about it because I was really looking forward to it. But you got to have Pete there. It's really all about him.
I'm going to spend some time with you finally, Grant.
Were you going to go?
Hell yeah, I was going to go. No,
you were not bullshit.
I know, I was going to go.
You were?
Hell yeah, that's my wife. She'll tell you.
It's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Closest place to see him is in Columbus, Ohio. Of course it is. He loves Columbus. West Coast Dave, ladies and gentlemen. Webb sometimes. Wait a minute. What is this in relation to? Did Rand fall asleep again? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's Todd? Wait a minute. You guys have so many things in the.
Let's talk about Zappa. Fuck, it's already 7:30 or 8:30 for you guys.
Calm down. Your oatmeal will wait.
I've been waiting forever here. Shit.
Oh, good Lord. Your oatmeal will wait. Hold on. I think Tool's about to put another out. Oh, come on, Kyle. Calm down. Byron, I guess, was going to go, though he never said anything about it. Here we go. Oh, awesome. Good. Excellent. Thank you.
Sometime we'll get around to that.
V-Bine. V-Bine?
Yeah.
If you have not subscribed, please do. And welcome aboard, because I do not recognize your name. Can't buy a beer till next year. Well, yeah, but things have changed because now I have new plans for that weekend. And DC and I are going to go on the road.
You guys come to Omaha.
We're going to go to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's even better.
Good evening, Warehouse, Grant, BM, everyone. All right, Ken White, nice to see you. Now, okay, Ken's here. Now we can get started. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at the 1984 album from Frank Zappa, Thingfish, and I do not have my notes up because, ladies and gentlemen, I was hosting another show, and I don't have my shit together. So anyway, this was, well, I guess, I don't know what you would consider this, because this was supposed to be the original cast recording, an unproduced musical opera. This was very widely ambitious. I know Byron's going to talk more about it, but it was a satirical audio play that was pitched as a stage show, but Frank could not raise the money for it. So he needed like $5 million from what I read, but he was only able to get $400K. So what we ended up is, well, it only ended up as an album. We never got to see this play.
The original wouldn't release it either. Who was the original?
It was MCA, I think.
I think so. Amazing that, but he got somebody else to go with it.
Laser CD, ladies and gentlemen. Laser CD's here.
Ken.
Ken's here. Weird album. Well, I will make sure to go when SOT Fest is rescheduled. I'm hoping that we will be back on for next year, but it's not. If not, ladies and gentlemen, we will do a Warehouse Fest. Grants Rock, where could you imagine? No one would come to this. Could you imagine? Oh God, I'm just joking. Anyway.
Water.
Alex, of course, it was a fantastic show, so no worries. West Coast State.
Alex, I've been waiting all night to start this show.
It was Alex's fault because he kept talking about Prince.
I believe it.
He did. He called Prince, and then he had the Elder of Rock.
Oh man!
And
Bill
Schuster was talking about. Well, I'm not even going to go. Anyway, Jay, nice to see you. We can definitely get started. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. BM Bolt.
Yeah, let's get running.
Get us started, and then we're going to play some tracks. We've got 3 tracks tonight we're going to play. First track we're going to play is the Mammy Nuns, right. But I'm going to let Byron get started, and then we'll go ahead, Byron.
All right. So, Thingfish. This was released November 21st of 1984. It was recorded in 76 and from 80 to 83. Now, there's some things on here that were on other albums, and
a lot of it. A lot
same takes too. I'm pretty sure with more overdubs. But anyway, I digress. Apparently, there's 2 versions of this too. At least, 2 major versions. The original vinyl and the EMI CDs are the same. The 95 and the 2012 CDs are apparently the same. I have the 86.
I thought it only came out on Ryko. I don't know. Did it come out on the 2012 CD releases?
That's what I read.
I'm going to research it because I couldn't. I would have bought one had I found one. But you said it's the same mastering?
95 and 2012 are the same. But that's not the original vinyl version. The original vinyl version, the EMI CDs are the same. Let me explain the differences here.
Go ahead.
Apparently, this 86 Ryko, which I have, is not the same as the vinyl either. And also, at some point, they changed the song "He's So Gay," where they did one with a version of Johnny Guitar Watson doing some talking as one of the character he plays in this. The 90 and the 95 are the same, except a couple of tracks were moved from the first disc or from the second disc to the beginning of the first. And the two tracks at the beginning of the second disc were put on the end of the first disc for some reason. I'm not sure what's different about the 86 version from the original vinyl, though.
I don't know, but I will say this, Byron, is that the Thingfish 2012 version must be rarer than hen's teeth, because there hasn't been any on Discogs. Okay, let me take that back. The last one sold on Discogs was February 16th, and you know it's out of print. The highest it went to was $52. And there are a lot of people that want the copy of it. And you know, I don't know how many they pressed, but not very many, because there are none for sale.
Yeah. Well, they probably just released it just to say they did it. But yeah, okay. So I originally had the vinyl box set of this, but it got sold when I started switching everything to CD. But there are some clips on YouTube of some group, I think they're in Europe, recreating a scaled back version of Thingfish on stage. So if you want to watch some clips, you can look for it on there. There also, when this came out, Hustler did a picture spread of a lot of the scenes from the play with some, model being portraying Rhonda, who's the main female.
Was it, what's her name?
I don't remember who it was. I have the pictures on my hard drive here. I did download it off.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
So there's a picture spread from Hustler of that.
I mean, is it naked?
Yeah, I mean, it's the woman who plays Rhonda is naked, and then they've got like Zappa let them use some of the like the little Mammy Nun doll and whatever else. I haven't looked at it in a long time, so it's got a lot of the cast in it. So all right, let's talk about it a little bit. So yeah, this is a Broadway musical about a couple named Harry and Rhonda who attend a Broadway musical, and then they get dragged into the show. Some of what I'm going to say I got off of Wikipedia too, because I didn't want to type all this out myself. The storyline is inspired by topics like AIDS, eugenics, conspiracy theories, feminism, homosexuality, African-American culture. It involves an evil, racist prince / theater critic who creates a disease intended to eradicate African Americans and homosexuals. There's conspiracy theories that's actually gone on in the world, maybe even in the U.S. But and the disease is tested on prisoners who are turned into Mammy Nuns inadvertently. And the narrator is a Mammy Nun he goes by the name of Thingfish. I believe is somewhat based on an Amos and Andy Kingfish character.
It's very
Amos and Andy.
Yeah, it's let's say this, kids, you could never put this album out now.
So the story within a story is a satire of about a wasp couple, Harry and Rhonda, who attend a play performed by the Mammy Nuns. They find themselves confronted with their past, where Harry is represented as a homosexual boy and Rhonda is presented as a sex doll brought to life. So that's kind of a synopsis of the show. And you've got Frank on here, Steve Vai, Ray White, Tommy Mars, Chuck Wilde, Arthur Barrow, Scott Tunis, Jay Anderson, Ed Mann, Chad Wackerman, and David Ocker, Steve DeFuria. Just people who worked with Frank in those from 76 and then 80 to 83 period. So the cast, you've got Ike Willis as Thingfish, Terry Bozzio as Harry, Dale Bozzio as Rhonda, Napoleon Murphy Brock is the evil prince, Bob Harris as Harry as a boy, Johnny Guitar Watson as Brown Moses, and Ray White as Algonquin Jane Calhoun, the mini Mammy Nun. And I'm almost to the introductory notes here. So there's a lot of songs on here that are really just vamps with the cast talking. it's like a Broadway play. So there's talking and then there's songs.
A lot of talking.
Yeah, a lot of talking. Many of the tracks are from previous albums.
Yes.
With vocals that were changed, or they've added talking during the songs. There's only a few new songs on here. We did pick 3 songs, like Grant said, but we picked things that were the censors would not disapprove of in general.
I don't know. I don't think anything will happen.
Well, I know, but I try to pick some of the cleaner things on here because there's just a lot of inappropriate stuff that goes on. Real quick. So it was a 3-album set on vinyl, and it's a 2 CD set. And the first disc, basically, there was a couple other things I wanted to say. This is kind of off the cuff, though.
Go ahead.
So, Frank was kind of intrigued by all this kind of stuff. He had done like Hunch and Toot. He had started to work on Hunch and Toot, which was another play thing that never worked out. And, I think he kind of wanted to go this route. And I guess at this time, Broadway was really kind of changing and kind of going more avant-garde. So this would kind of fit, but it's just too out there, I think.
It's out there.
So, but as we go, there's other things that'll probably pop in my head. But so the first thing on here, though, is called the Prolog. The riff is very similar to the song Yahasna, which was on Them or Us. And so we get to meet Thingfish, who's Ike Willis, and he kind of gets us caught up on what's going on in the story. And he tells us about this. There's this evil prince. He creates a potion to kill gays and blacks with help from the government. And they give it to these prisoners in San Quentin in the mashed potatoes that they eat, but that doesn't kill them. It turns them into these Mammy Nuns. And then they ended up putting it into this other, it's called Galut Calagno. I don't know if that was kind of like a turn of words for Brute Cologne.
Probably.
The way he
Brute was big back then.
And then it ends up killing a bunch of gays and Haitians, which, okay, there you go. He's talking about AIDS basically here because AIDS was killing a lot of gays at that point. And I remember there was talk about how it was really hitting the Haitian community pretty hard. So Frank I don't know that Frank believed in conspiracies, or he just liked to bring them up.
I will say this, though. You listen to when you really listen to this record, a lot of Frank does come out. A lot of social commentary comes out, and I listen to it and I'm going, well, you kind of look at where we are right now, and I'm going, Frank, you were right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not all of it. This album is very inappropriate. It is something from its time. You would never be able to pull this off today. When I listen to it, the music, it's the vocals that take center stage here. The music is secondary when I listen to it.
There's no guitar solos on here either.
No, it's all background music that accompany the vocalizations of the cast. Now, whether you like that or not, I don't know. But I will say this, because I had not listened to this before, but on my first listen, I sat there and I kind of chuckled a lot through it.
Did you read the, what do you call it? The text, did you read all that? Because there's, what do they call those things? Come on,
lyrics.
No, not the lyrics, but like when it's a play and it's got all the lyrics written down and all the dialogue.
I didn't follow it. I just listened to it.
The libretto. That's what I'm thinking.
Libretto, yes.
Because the libretto tells you about what's going on because you can't see what's going on, but there's things that happen that you can't see, so it tells you in the libretto this is what's happening during this song. But anyway, let's play this song. We're
gonna play, but Alex says Thingfish makes Lulu sound like Yanni, and here's Lulu, ladies and gentlemen. It makes Lulu sound like Yanni. All right, let's play this. The Mammy Nuns. Let us know what you And it may not offend. I don't know. We're gonna play it. Let us know what you think, and let's just do it. It stopped abruptly. The thing that I noticed when you look at this, it says it's a digital recording, but Frank has pulled a lot of this stuff from older records for the musical soundtrack of this, and not all that stuff was digital. They must have just transferred it over from analog.
Yeah,
I don't know. The thing, I know we're keeping this we're just talking about this record. The problem that I do have with this record, I don't have any problem with the lyrical cut. Well, I don't get offended by stuff. That doesn't bother me. But the problem is that most of the musical soundscape on this record was pulled from other things. It wasn't like a lot of this stuff was a fresh new take. It's one of those other records where Frank is going back in time, pulling things out again to make a record. I think I would look at this album more favorably if a lot of the musical numbers, even though, like what I said before, the music isn't what is the centerpiece of this record. It's the play, it's the vocals, it's the people, it's the Thingfish talking. But the fact that we've pulled a lot of stuff from older stuff just seems to take away from it for me. Anyway, I've already went on a tirade.
What? I think I'm echoing.
Oh, sorry, because I don't have the button. All right, hold on. God, I don't want you to.
What I wanted to mention earlier, and I forgot, was that so you've got Joe's Garage, which was also a 3-record set. But the thing about Joe's Garage was that was all new material for the most part, but it was like, it was all about the songs. And then there was a little story in between songs that kind of tied it all together, where this is more of a story with some songs.
Yes.
Kind of tying it together. So it's completely different from that in a lot of ways. But so, yeah, that last song, Mammy Nuns, it was actually originally an instrumental opener from the 82 tour. It's on the You Can't Do That on Stage, one of those volumes. But yeah, so we get to meet the Mammy Nuns and kind of find out a little about them. Yeah, so basically they have heads like a potato and lips like a duck, and they got the knacking growing out of them. They kind of are dressed like Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, one of the thumbnails that I was going to prepare for this, but I didn't use it. Yeah, look like Aunt Jemima.
But also they're incontinent. He mentions that. So during that song, they pee on the front row of the crowd in the front row at the show. And which leads us to the next song, Harry and Rhonda, which is really just a bass drum synth vamp. And it's really just talking, Harry and Rhonda and the Thingfisher talking. They're just a yuppie couple, and they're shocked by how the show starts, especially when they get peed on. And then, so like Thingfish starts talking to them. Then he decides to bring them on stage, and then they chain them to some chairs on the stage. Harry, he seems kind of like a wimp, and Rhonda kind of comes across as a man-hating bitch, in my opinion. But so that leads us to the next song, Galoot Update, which is actually a remake of Blue Light from the, Harry says it's probably theater piss.
Right. Probably is theater piss.
So we don't know for sure. But so this Galoot Update is actually a remake of the song Blue Light. Actually, it's probably really not a remake. I think it's the original track, just with different vocals overdubbed into it. It tells us about how the Mammy Nuns all got paroled from jail at the same time, so they're all free to go. And then it also talks about government's conspiracies to get rid of the undesirables from society. But any thoughts so far? So I'm just going to kind of run through some.
I think yes, and you're right. I kind of already just said my thoughts. I think, keep going. I'll give you more thoughts. Yeah. I don't want to harsh your mellow at this moment.
I mean, I got a lot of notes here about the storyline, and I don't know how much I'm going to get into it, but
I don't think, Byron, I don't think you have to go into too much.
All right. Well, so the next track though is the torture, or called the Torchum Never Stops, as opposed to the Torture Never Stops because of the accent of Thingfish. And that's from Zoota Lures. So it's a song about a torture chamber. Well, we get to meet the evil prince in this track, and he's in his dungeon creating his potions, and he's using it on people, actually former Broadway actors, characters, and turning them into zombies. And he talks about how he kind of does a little aria himself, where he's talking about writing a negative review about the Mammy Nun play, and how he wants to turn his former actor zombies into real actors again, so they can go back to acting. And but then the next track is called That Evil Prince. It's just a short synclavier piece. Actually was used again later in his Civilization Phase 3 album called America. And it's talking about how Harry and Rhonda like the evil prince because he knows Broadway and he has actor friends. But so next three tracks are actually all from You Are What You Is album. And you know what? And they're great tracks, and they sound good here. But it's kind of like, why? But
again, that's what I think. Yes, but it's a rehash that you've already heard it before.
Right.
I just think that's really what kills this record. If you're looking at the record from the point of, how do I want to put it? Is it the libretto? Is that what it's called?
Libretto.
The libretto. I'm not very cultured.
Yeah.
I think if you're not into like a libretto, with a record that is full of dense dialogue, this record's not for you.
Yeah.
But if you're a true Zappa fan and a completist, you need it. But for me, I don't know if I would ever have to really return to this. Yeah, but I did find a lot of it. I had a chuckle, and there were certain things, I should have made notes of this, that Frank, when he wrote this, he would make social commentary, and I think I could see definitely how it fits into today's world. I don't know. The way you look at this, I mean, I don't think this is a record for casual fans or first timers at all. Byron had already kind of looked at this, You're What You Is, Joe's Garage, maybe. Me personally, I think you should start out with the Mother stuff. Is it a flawed masterpiece is it a flawed masterpiece of satire? I'm throwing it out there. But like I said, it does seem eerily relevant decades later after this was. I mean, I was sitting here going, oh my God, that really listen to that. That really comes into play today.
Yeah. When I first heard this, it was probably 85, 86. It was pretty new. I mean, you'd see it in the stores, still sealed, the vinyl. And I was pretty new to Zappa, so I would imagine that some of these songs I didn't know yet. So when I came in this, I didn't know Zappa that well. So to me, it was kind of cool because I didn't know these songs. I didn't know they were on other albums. It wasn't until later that I figured out.
Right.
So I think I liked it more at that point when it first came out. And now I look back on like, there's a lot of rehash stuff on here. But yeah, so he does You Are What You Is, which is just a great track. It's very similar to the original, but you've got some Thingfish overdubs, and they kind of make references to the storyline. And then it leads into the Mud Club, which is also on You Are What You Is. It's similar once again. It's a reggae type song. They mentioned this Quentin Robert DeNamelin, who's going to show up in the stories going forward, and he's a TV evangelist, and he's got quite a pompadour hairdo. Frank liked to talk about pompadours. Then the next track it leads into The Meek Shall Inherit Nothing, which is also on You Are What You Is, and once again, it's referencing the characters in the play, and it's kind of a gospel track, and it takes place in this Quentin Robert Nameland's TV studio, since he's a TV evangelist, which then leads to the Clowns on Velvet. Okay, this is a really cool short instrumental, which is it's new to this album. Only problem is it's short and there's a lot of talking over it. And at this point in the story, Quentin Robert Nameland, he goes to Vegas and he goes to a hotel with a artificial Rhonda, who's a blow-up doll dressed like a waitress. So that's the Rhonda, but this is the blow-up doll version of her. And his wife Opal's in the next room with the bellboy, who turns out to be Quentin's illegitimate son. And I'm going to tell a different story about this song. Involves Al Di Meola, another great Italian. Another great Italian. That's a reference from the Tinseltown Rebellion album. But Zappa around 82, I think it was, they did a show, I think, in New York, and they had Al come out on stage and they played this. It's a really good instrumental. And Al's just he's just going off. You know how Al can go off on his solos. The same show they did Ride Like the Wind. And I believe Al plays on that too. I can't remember if he plays on it.
You mean Ride Like the Wind, like
Cross, yes.
Christopher Cross? Okay.
It was a bootleg called like Live in New York or something. I don't remember the name of it. But yeah, that's a couple interesting tracks on that bootleg. So anyway, that leads us. So now that we've determined that, oh, never mind. This leads us to the next song called Harry as a Boy. Okay. So Rhonda's, there's this artificial Rhonda who's a sex doll. And then Harry, we get to meet Harry as a boy, we get to meet here. And he's just a teenage boy and he wants to grow up someday and do a lot of drugs and turn gay, he says. And he spends all his money on sniffing glue, Grateful Dead tickets. That's reference to the You Are What You album.
But that part, I just chuckled.
And he goes, someday I hope to work.
It was so true.
But then he says, someday I hope to be on my knees working in a real homo bathhouse. I can't believe he gets away with that.
Well, he got away with it then.
So he talks about how women's liberation turned him gay. And he says it's just a big government conspiracy to control the birth rate of the population. And at this point, Rhonda's hearing all this, and she's just all pissed off that this Harry as a boy is going to grow up to be her husband, Harry. Okay, so that's going to lead us to the last track, at least on my version of the CD.
Well, it depends upon what we're doing. Go ahead.
And it's called He's So Gay. And,
yes.
I think it's the best song on here, so we're going to play that one for all of you.
All right, let's play.
Like unless you're gay, you may not like this.
Well,
you might think it's funny.
It's not us talking. It's on the record. All right, let's play it. Let us know what you think. We're just trying to turn you on to stuff, or maybe we're not trying to turn you on to stuff. It's a questionable fine line. I don't know what version is on what.
My 90s or 86 version. I'm echoing that.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Calm down. Go ahead.
The original vinyl and my version of the CD does not have the Johnny Guitar Watson talking there.
This is what I ripped this from.
Which one do you have? Does it say 86 right here? You can't read it, probably.
Damn it, I can read it. It says 1986.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Is your CD made in Japan or is it made in USA? Mine's pressed in USA.
Mine says manufactured in USA by Laser Video Inc. Anyway.
Well, mine is USA, but it's made by let me look.
They may have changed it mid-press or something too.
Well, sometimes they had to have changed it because mine. Now you heard it. It's got Johnny Guitar Watson on it.
Right. Yeah, for some reason, so Johnny, his character here is what is Moses? What the hell? I already mentioned it. He plays Brown Moses, right?
Brown Moses.
Brown Moses. But you know, he's never even been introduced into the show yet, so I don't know why he's on that song. But anyway, whatever. So okay. Let's move on to disc 2, the Massive Improvements, which is just another dialogue over some improvised bass.
More of the same. More of the same.
And there's Harry and Rhonda are talking to Thingfish about Harry as a boy, because Harry as a boy wants to hook up with artificial Rhonda. Meanwhile, the adult Harry wants to have sex with a Mammy nun, and Rhonda's all pissed off. So then that leads us to the next track, Artificial Rhonda, which many people will probably know this as Ms. Pinky from the Zoodle Lures album. And the Miss Pinky. So in this track, Harry's a boy. He's going up and he's going to hit on Artificial Rhonda. And it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, there's parts of this record that are funny. I mean, to listen to it once.
So, okay, so that leads us to the next track, Crabgrass Baby. So at this point in the story, time has gone on, and Artificial Rhonda had a baby, the Crabgrass Baby. And turns out the Crabgrass Baby has a pompadour like Quentin Robert de Namelin, the TV evangelist, who she hooked up with in the Las Vegas hotel. So anyway, they're living in New Jersey in a nativity scene in a guy's front yard. Harry and Rhonda are dressed as Moses or as Jesus and Mary, and the Crabgrass Baby can talk, but he talks like Stephen Hawking. And he's just talking, and you got this kind of this music in the background. It's like bass and drums, and the chorus is just repeating this line that the Crabgrass Baby would say. And but yeah, so I don't know if you see if you listen close, the Crabgrass Baby is reciting some of the lines that Motorhead Sherwood used in Lumpy Gravy, where he's talking about, my girlfriend got into my car and wrecked up the stick upholstery. He's got that Stephen Hawking voice, and he's telling Motorhead stories.
But it goes, it just goes way back. How he's pulling stuff out.
So yeah, so there are all kinds of like references in here of things from Zappa's past. This conceptual continuity, he always called it, and so yeah, it's kind of funny listening to that "Stroke My Pompadour, Father."
I think it's funny to listen to it once, but I don't.
So anyway, you know what? In a lot of ways, this is kind of like the old Flo and Eddie period stuff.
Yeah, but I can't listen to the Flo and Eddie period stuff at all. And at least I can listen to it and chuckle. When I listen to the Flo and Eddie period, I just don't. I just want to jump off a building. This doesn't make me want to jump off a building.
So
and I do want to say, I've said this before, everybody. I love those Flo and Eddie albums. I think those are great. I love the Turtle stuff. I just don't care for Flo and Eddie playing with Zappa. And I thought, man, that would be fantastic. It's just not. It's just not. Because Frank gives those guys too much control. And it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Anyway, go ahead, Byron.
All right. We're making some good progress here.
Are we?
Yeah, we are. We get to the next track called "The White Boy Troubles," which is it's got kind of like this chain gang style vocal to it, and it's a song about how Harry, as a boy, is confused how Artificial Rhonda got pregnant since he's gay. Then he finds out Quentin Robert de Namelin is the father, and Artificial Rhonda at this point is contemplating whether she wants to become a businesswoman, like actual Rhonda. But Thingfish tells them that maybe they should just get the hell out of the nativity scene, get rid of the baby, and Harry should become a truck driver, and
It just
and and artificial Rhonda should go back to waiting tables, which leads us to the next song, No Not Now, which is on Ship Arriving Too Late to Save a Drowning Witch, which is about a waitress and a truck driver, and they're driving to Utah for some string beans with some string beans. So we get to hear that track, which is a great track. And it's just like the original version, but with the different overdubbed vocals.
right.
I really kind of dig that. This leads us to Briefcase Boogie, which is another bass drums type background music thing with talking. And at this point, Harry has chosen that he wants to have sex with the miniature Mammy nun we see on the cover there. And so he starts fooling around with it. Rhonda's kind of lost her mind at this point because she's pissed because Harry's going after this Mammy. And she starts taking her clothes off and flashing her boobs and trying to squirt them, I guess. And she starts having sex with her briefcase and a fountain pen, and she's just lost it. Which, okay, brings us to the next song, Brown Moses. Let's play that.
Let's play it. Kids, let us know what you think. Thank God that took a lot of time to get there.
God.
Brown Moses. So maybe you can make some sense of this track. I don't know. I don't know if we can make sense of this whole record. I don't know how Byron can keep track of what the hell's going on.
Well, I've been listening to it for 40 years.
I know, and I haven't. All right, Brown Moses from Think. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go over to, I put up a poll. Let's see what people say. I'm trying to look. Is this like a lost? Is this a lost classic? I'm see what people say. I'm trying to see what people say. Okay, here we go. Is Thingfish a lost masterpiece? Everybody said what's leading right now is no. 67% say no.
So I think we're down to the six now. Six. I'm back on winning.
But 33% says it is a masterpiece.
Not my opinion.
Okay, not in my opinion either, but okay. All right, go ahead, Byron. Take it away.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap this dog up.
Come on. Echo.
Oh, sorry. God damn it. God, you want a damn headphones? Don't you have any damn headphones?
I do, but I didn't think I had to wear them.
Well, if you don't want to, we play music here.
If you need me to wear them, I can wear them.
Are you new on this damn channel?
I've never worn headphones on here.
Most people that are in the know do.
Okay, so we're down to side 6. We're gonna knock this out real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So Brown Moses, that song. Brown Moses shows up, finds the crabgrass baby has been abandoned, and he's mad and he's gonna try and find a better place for the baby. Anyway, so Wistful with the Fistful is the next track. Basically, at this point, the evil prince and his zombies are now turning into Mammy nuns because they've been drinking his potions. And but at this point, he sounds like his voice has changed. Now he sounds like Al Jolson combined with Thingfish. And it's actually Terry Bozzio that does this track.
I do believe so, yeah.
And it's really the finale of the show, and it's kind of a melancholy song. It's just piano and vocals, and but at the end, he's the evil prince is upbeat because he thinks Broadway will survive all the bad things that are happening in the world. But then that drag leads into Drop Dead, which is almost 8 minutes of more vamping. Oh my God, this kind of goes on, and it's really pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable. But so by this point, Harry's exhilarated after his mini Mammy nun sex and the show's finale, and Thingfish and Evil Prince hit it off because they both realize they have ties to St. Louis. And so the mini Mammy nun now starts having sex with the crabgrass baby. And Rhonda has basically at this point become a man-hating feminist, and she goes on this long rant. And So then the last track on here is called Wonton On, which is No Not Now, played backwards. And various cast members are having sex with each other and doing sexual things.
There's a lot of sex going on in
yes, and then they all start to leave the stage eventually, except for a couple of them. And that's really the end of the show. Thank God that's over with.
It's a lot to deal with.
I'm glad I've gotten through that one.
I don't dislike it, Byron. I do not dislike the record, but I don't know if I need to. I think it might be fun just to pull certain pieces out and play them individually, but to listen to it as a complete work.
Basically did that for the most. Well, we didn't pull the songs that we already had done on other.
Right. But I'm just saying, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a lot of rehash, you know? I don't know. It doesn't seem like a fully realized effort. It's one of those Zappa albums where it's like, shut up and play guitar. Let's go back and pull a lot of shit that we already did already. You know?
Yeah, you know. But you know, in some ways, is it not like Mamma Mia? Is it not like what's the Jersey Boys? Is it not like those? Just way more.
Yeah, but I expect more out of Frank. Well, yeah, but that's of course Mamma Mia is going to pull shit out. Of course Jersey Boys is, but this is a different type of animal.
There's a lot less sex in those, probably. I've not seen those, so I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Someone has Alex Grant hit it. Small bits are good. As a whole, it's too much. I like small bits of it to listen to because I can chuckle and go, well, that's kind of clever. But I think it loses it when you have to endure the whole piece. It's a lot. And I think it might have worked better had he had the funding and could have actually produced the actual stage show. I think it would have probably worked. To have it on vinyl or a CD without the visuals, I think it needs to be an actual stage show.
Yeah, this is borderline triple X porn. I mean, it definitely would be considered softcore porn.
Or just in poor taste. But, you know, as Zappa, it's not like the old material where you could listen to the Mother stuff and not be affected. The more Zappa went into his career, the more immature he became. And the more immature he came. Now we're really getting there. You know, this is almost fully realized. So that's one of the things about the Zappa stuff, because he could be very intelligent about things and not be silly so much. A lot of this is just really out there and really offensive. I'm not offended, but my God, really? That's just what I'm, you know. What's better, Bobo? Here we go. What's better, Thingfish or 200 Motels? Well, 200 Motels has Flo and Eddie on it. I'm going to say Thingfish because it always wins.
I say 200 Motels has more original music on it. It's basically all original, for the most part. So it has that. I would say the storyline makes more sense in Thingfish. I'm not saying it makes a lot of sense, but I can at least.
It doesn't make any
storyline. There really is no storyline to 200 Motels because it was an unfinished movie, and they just patched together whatever they had filmed, and it's just weird. Like,
yeah, I
need to be on acid to really get that movie.
Alex, I find I have the same problem with 200 Motels. I find it hard to get through. But Thingfish on small, just spurts and listen to several tracks, I don't have a problem with. It's just it's an awful lot. Look, it's a 3 record set. It's a 2 CD set. It's an awful lot to digest in one setting. You know?
The thing is, it is only 90 minutes. The sides are short, but still, it is a lot.
Thirsty Eye says, I've got some affection for Thingfish, but too many recycled tracks, too much dialogue. Well, yeah, but that's all this is about. This is all about dialogue. Could have been much better. Maybe. I think it could have been better had it been fully realized and Frank was able to get the funds together for a fully realized production. He might have been able to pull it off. This just thing, what did Carl Wilson say about Smiley Smile as opposed to Smile? This Smiley Smile was a bunt instead of a grand slam. This is Thingfish. It's a bunt as opposed to what a grand slam that it could have been. There you go. I have said it, ladies and gentlemen. I've brought the Beach Boys into this show, and you know that that's always a good thing.
So what's your score?
Well, it's not really that bad. I'd probably give it
I had to think about it.
and I'm not going to make everybody else do a score on it. I'm just going to see if anybody else has voted. No, it's still...
If you want to give us a score, give us a score. What the hell?
I could. Well, I gave Lulu a 3.
3.
I did. I gave Lulu a 3.
Generous.
Well, your mileage may vary. I think this is a better record than Lulu. I would probably give this a. I would probably give this a. This is pretty low for a Zappa album. I would probably give it a 5.
Wow.
Out of 10. It's just in the middle. There are things that are great, but then again, you can't sit through it. But there's no bad Frank Zappa. And we've already discussed that. There's no bad Zappa. There's just different degrees. And I think that this possibly might be just the middle of the road.
You gave Fillmore East and 200 Motels each 3s.
This is better than those.
Just another band from LA. You gave him a 5. What'd you say?
This is a better record than that. Yeah.
What are you giving this again?
Huh?
Would you give this again?
I'm giving this a 5 out of 10.
Okay, I'm marking that down. I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Okay.
Same as I gave 200 Motels. To me, they're about the same.
Bobo's coming in with the 7.5. Alex is okay. I'm not going to get the poll out. I'm tired. Bobo's coming with a 7.5. Alex is coming in with a 3. Kathy's giving it a 6. Cape Cod Ken, ladies and gentlemen, who was in the industry, and by the industry I do mean the business, is giving it a 4. Joe is giving it a 6. 5 is fair, but I know this one well, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with any of these scores. Bobo is the smartest one here, though.
You think?
He likes it better than I do.
Thirsty Eye's going 4. We've got another 4 from I Am One of Us. I had to look at that. I Am One of Us. I had to sound it out in my little monkey brain to see what the hell your name was. He gives it a 4. Michael Lang, a 5. Wrong about Fillmore. A prude. I can't stand Fillmore East.
I kind of like that album.
Yeah, but you like.
I'm a big Zappa guy. What did I give Phil?
Kathy. Look at Kathy, the traditional wife. The husband comes home. She's going out, getting his slippers, his pipe, and his robe. She's setting the table, putting on the lava lamps and the mood lighting for her husband who just came home. Look at Kathy, the good wife, the good late 50s, early 60s wife that we all wish we had.
Yeah. June Cleaver.
She's Jim Cleaver, ladies and gentlemen. She goes, oh my God, I'll see everyone later. My husband here, he's out earning the bacon. He is learning enough for both of us. I admire that, Kathy. I'm giving you some shit, but I admire it. You know, every man on the planet, let's be honest. Let's just talk here real quick, Byron. You have a trophy wife. You think you deserve, most men think that they need to be served and put on a pet. Yes, you do.
My wife brings home the bacon and cooks it.
See what he's got going here, kids? I'm just going to end it there. He hates Thingfish. Who hates Kingfish? Who hates Thingfish? Who are you talking about, Bobo?
Alex does.
Well, Alex is entitled to his opinion.
So next episode, we're going to do 2 albums again. We're getting there, people. We are really getting close. I think we're going to do the Frank Zappa Meets the Mothers of Prevention and Jazz from Hell, 2 in 1.
All right, we'll do Jazz from Hell. We'll be doing that next month. This is March. We'll be doing that in April. Now, the beginning of April is kind of screwy because I'm going on that damn cruise, but I'm still doing content on the cruise. The Warehouse is not shutting down for this cruise unless the internet's. So I'm going to be very busy on the cruise. But I will be back, and we will be doing what Mothers of Prevention, and what was the other one we're doing?
Jazz from Hell.
Jazz from Hell.
Be a nice variety.
Alex, though, we finally hit a chord with Alex. He loves Jazz from Hell.
And he loves Lulu.
And he also loves Purple Rain.
I got 3 copies of that on vinyl laying around here now.
I've got a Target CD. Alex, do you have the original West German CDs with the Target design on the CD that I came up with the name for? I did.
It's a scope, not a target.
I know, but I just, the Target took off. It wasn't, it just took off. Grant, when is the Elder show? I don't know. I'll book it tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't got that far yet.
All right.
I'll send out something tomorrow. Let me send out something tomorrow. Anyway, Byron, do you have anything else you want to wrap it up? Not a very great record. To me, this is a 5 out of 10. There's no bad Frank Zappa. Byron gave this, a 7?
6.5.
6.5. So there you go. Your mileage may vary. Let us know what you think. I'm going to check the poll again. The poll right now is Thingfish a lost masterpiece? 30% said yes. 70% said no. So there you go. Your mileage may vary. Let us know what you think down below. It's me because I was there and it was me. It was me.
I'm gonna pull that thread up sometime and show it on the screen, Grant. When you,
I'll show it. Yeah. Cape Cod Ken, I'll talk to Grok and I'll get that fixed. Ken always wants to throw me under the bus for some reason. I'm not sure why. Lee says, what's the best record stores in Columbus? I would say Used Kids, and I don't know. I pretty much just go to Half Price Books when I go anymore because I've went to Used Kids and I don't find anything there. I find more at Half Price Books, just between us girls. Depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for CDs, you're looking for records. It all depends. Anyway, Alex, thank you for the kind words. All right, everybody, let's wrap this dog up. I think we've done enough. We've went over an hour. Yeah, Byron's got his wife is up there getting rid of his sandals, his little slippers ready, and his pipe. He's got to go upstairs. AI doesn't know because they die. Yeah, AI only knows what you feed it. Did it go through stevehoffman.com and peruse the archives? Does it know what my handle is on Steve Hoffman? Come on. I know where it all stems from the Warehouse, kids. It all starts here. This is where it starts. Just saying. All right, kids. Thanks, everybody. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. We have a Ko-fi now. We will be starting up Patreon. We will be starting up a Patreon here in April, probably after I get off the cruise. Teddy is walking into the room now because he knows when we're wrapping up the show.
Wrap it up.
My boy, we're wrapping it up. All right, we will see everybody. Keep it clean, Wrap the Rascal. We will see you next month for the next in our series of Frank Zappa. See you, everybody.